Hello and welcome to the second interview of Iron Artist. I am honored to be here with none other than Matt Feazell. So
Hi,
Matt,
BluRaven.
welcome. It's an honor to have you at Iron Artist as always. It's funny to get to see you here because I'm actually taking a class right now about consecutive storytelling, and we are reading a little book called Making Comics. Well, if you jump over to page 27 at the bottom, there, yep, that's your handiwork. So, you've been a legend in my eyes ever since I ran into the first Cynicalman comic randomly at the library. And then each time I'm reminded by how good you actually are in the field and everything, because I saw like a whole spread in a magazine about Orbit magazine, like about how all the comics you did in there. Then I see this, and I say actually because you're so chill and humble about everything. So it's all inspiring actually. Like, tell us about a little bit about your comic career.
It's comic career. Well, I launched my comic career by accident when I made my first mini comic. Cynicalman #1 in 1980. Oh wow! Somebody had just sent me a mini comic in the mail, and I was already doing stick figure superhero rarities in my sketchbooks, and I imitated the mini comic that I got sent and made it a little 8-page book out of one sheet of paper and called it The Amazing Cynicalman, America's Laid Off Superhero. Because I was 25, I was working in a record store, listening to rock and roll, listening to a lot of punk rock. So it seemed like a real punk thing to do.
Definitely.
And I had a stack of them sitting on the checkout counter at the record store where I was working, and somebody picked one up and said, "How much for the mini comic?" No one had ever asked me that. So I said, "I don't know, how about a quarter?" And so they said, "Okay." They gave me a quarter. Gave them a mini comic, and the lights came up, and the band played the theme to 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I've been doing it ever since. So maybe later. The rest is history.
And then this is not your first confusion for sure. What was the first confusion you ever came to?
I forget what the first one was. It was always here, right?
More or less. I mean, it's been at other hotels and stuff like that, but this has been home base, I know, for a few years now.
Wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was always here. Sorry, I forget. 71.
Now, because obviously there's a lot of work here. What inspires you? What keeps you going in your artistic endeavors?
Well, gosh, it's too late to quit now.
I definitely understand.
Now I'm retired, so I've got like legal pads full of unfinished stories about Cynicalman having a conversation with his cubicle mate, Lizard Girl, and he casually insults her, and she gets him. She puts in a name change request and gets back at him. And, it was a 2-page thing in my legal pad. And so I got it out and thought, what would happen next? Logically, he would have to go reboot his continuity and go back through 3 or 4 origin stories in one 8-page story. So, that was fun. What inspires me? Just getting up, listening to the radio, watching TV, and talking back to the people I see on TV and on the radio.
I like it.
Sometimes to think of something funny.
And then finally, where can anyone find you online?
www.cynicalman.com.
Well, thank you as always.
Wait, let me plug.
Absolutely.
Stick figure storytelling. It's my book. When Scott McCloud wrote that introduction to Understanding Comics, he recounted a telephone call where he told me, I asked him, "So what are you going to do now Zot's done?" And he told me about how he was going to write this long, complicated book about comics theory. And he went on for a couple of panels about that. And my remark was, aren't you a little young to be doing that? And now that I'm 70, I decided to do my own book on comics theory. And it's a mini comic about how I write comics. Stick figure storytelling.
And we can find that on your website?
My website, www.cynicalman.com.
Well, thank you again, and good luck with Iron Artist.
Thanks, BluRaven.
Anytime.